When my wife, who said she was working overtime, showed up on her assistant's social media, I forwarded the post to her. Is this what you call overtime? Yet she was unrepentant and even turned off her phone. I hesitated for only half a second and called my own company's headquarters.
I suspended all financing to the Liu Group and cut off all business ties immediately.
I posted live stream footage and screenshots online, captioning the CEO's wife refuses to let husband visit parents, but dresses sexily to row dragon boats with her assistant. Congratulations to my wife on her new boyfriend. After posting, I entered the live stream of No 10. The camera happened to cut to a close-up of Liu Ruyan and No 10. They're holding the trophy with clasp hands. Ten's got his arms slung tight around Liu Ruyan's waist. Liu Ruyan leans shyly into Ten's arms, her eyes soft with lingering affection. It felt like just the two of them in the whole world. Right now, comments are full of well wishes. Well, couple stuff caught me off guard. They want just to give their boss the medal. Since when is that a boss? That's totally his wife, right? The female CEO and her young assistant. These two are so shippable. Suddenly the live stream's viewership blew up. Netizens flooded in like crazy. That's gotta be Liu Ruyan, CEO of Liu Group, right? And that's the assistant right next to her. Man, morals are really going downhill. That female CEO dresses like a street hooker. Are these jerks this brazen now? A cheap slut and a rotten cucumber. Go trash them. Within seconds, comment section flipped live chat, swamped with vile slurs. Netizens who'd been shipping this handsome pair instantly switched gears just a second ago. The pair in the stream who'd just been all loved up spotted a sea of vile chat messages. Their smiles froze instantly. The stream's view count in less than 5 minutes. It spiked from 100,000 viewers to tens of millions. As more netizens arrived, more and more people joined the online fight. Liu Ruyan Shihao's faces grew grimmer. Just as I was about to defend myself, a few voices from the crowd cut in. It said them. Those two from the stream. Right, you got that right. It's these two, one's a homewrecker, the other a total slut. We don't want you here. Get out now. One audience member slapped the streaming rig right off its stand. IT crashed to the floor. The crowd erupted in fury. Two desperate voices crackled through the live stream. No, we don't have that kind of relationship. Stop breaking it. The next second, my phone showed the stream terminated for violating community guidelines. A trending news alert suddenly popped up on my screen. I realized my post had hit Huayong on the trending tab. I was just about to open it to read the comments. A call from Liu Ruyan came in. She roared furiously. Saishan, have you lost your mind? You've been smearing your own wife online like this. Not only did Shihao and I endure unwarranted verbal abuse because of you, and we even got kicked out of the Dragon Boat race grounds. Even our trophy got smashed to pieces. Player 10's covered in cuts and bruises right now, and he's been feeling so guilty. Take down your post right now and post a clarification right after. Listening to him bark orders at me self-righteously, I was so angry, I actually laughed. Liu Ruyan, have you no shame? I'm just stating the facts. What is wrong with what I said? You brought all this on yourselves. His voice paused, then sharpened. What facts? What you're saying is slander. Xisheng 10 and I are completely above board. As for your parents, I can visit them anytime. But 10 is different. He has no family here, and he wanted to join the Dragon Boat Festival race just to hang out. As his boss, I came to cheer him on. What is the problem? He was so self-righteous, acting like I was overreacting now. About this outfit, it's my own clothes, I accidentally stained it. Just grabbed it from a random roadside shop. Why are you so narrow-minded? He tried to justify everything. He even turned on me and accused me instead. Xisheng, clearly your own heart is tainted, so everything seems dirty to you. I sneered. Seriously, you can buy women's clothes at a roadside shop. Why don't you just rock a bikini then? Plus, did I tell you how to dress? Netizens see everything clearly. Don't act like everyone's an idiot or blind. Liu Ruyan was left speechless, then paused. He clamped down on his emotions. He tried to talk to me calmly. Saishan, I didn't come here to fight with you. This whole mess has tanked the company's stock. The executives called me. Delete your post right now and clear this all up. Absolutely not, I refused sharply. And clearly Liu Ruyan didn't expect such a flat refusal, and she threatened. Saishan, if you don't delete your post and clear this up, you won't get me to go back with you to see your parents. Ever. I scoffed. Liu Ruyan, you really think you're all that? Listen, you don't get to call the shots anymore. You'd better cling to your assistant for the rest of your life. And never set foot near my family again, so you don't make them sick. With that I hung up right away. A soft knock came at the door. I got myself together and opened the door. Mom had a worried, caring look on her face. Shang, are you okay? I swear I heard you on the phone just now. It was pretty loud, actually. She asked softly. Were you fighting with Ruyan? I forced a grin. It is okay. Mom, just some work stuff that is a bit tricky. But I've already fixed it, so don't stress about it. Mom let out a sigh of relief. Thank goodness. That is fine. That is fine. Hey, by the way, is Ruyan coming home for Dragon Boat Festival this year? My chest tightened all at once. I met Mom's hopeful gaze and tried to sound natural. Mom, Ruyan's company just landed a huge project, and it is super urgent. She can't get away right now. She said she'll come visit you once she is done with her current tasks. The spark in Mom's eyes dimmed, but she still smiled and said, work is important, but your health matters more. Tell Ruyan, don't push yourself too hard. Our family can support her just fine. If things really don't work out, have her join our family business. It'll be a lot easier for her. Listening to Mom, I felt mixed feelings. Ma, Ruyan has her own career goals. We should respect her choice. Mom nodded. Exactly. As long as you two are happy and doing well, we old folks will rest easy. Okay then, come out and have dinner now. I made zongzi with my own hands today. They're all pork and red bean paste zongzi, your favorites. At dinner, Mom kept piling food onto my plate. She kept urging me to eat more. Father stayed mostly quiet. Every now and then he glanced my way. After dinner, Father called me to his study. Are those online posts real? The truth can't stay hidden forever. I nodded. Father was quiet for a few seconds, his expression unreadable. My voice cracked when I talked about you and Ruyan. Dad, this marriage might not last. Father came over to me. He gave my shoulder a pat. Asher, mom and dad hope you get married. That's because we just want you to be happy. Rather than getting trapped in a terrible marriage and letting it drag you down. You don't have to worry about us. Go ahead and do whatever you want. Mom and dad will always be your rock now. About your mom. He paused for a second. She's not feeling well right now. The doctor says she can't handle any emotional stress. Once she gets a little healthier, I'll find the right time to tell her the truth later. She dotes on you more than anyone, and she'll definitely understand. Thanks, Dad. All those unspoken thoughts boil down to just these 3 words. I stayed home these past few days just to spend time with my parents. I just shut my phone off. As soon as I turned my phone back on after vacation, I saw missed calls and texts from Juju. Every single one was from Liu Ruyan. I couldn't be bothered to call her back, and even less inclined to listen to the voicemails, so I headed straight to work, right outside my office door, only to find my office completely empty. Tan had just moved in. I stopped a passing HR rep and asked, "What is going on here?" The HR rep replied nervously, "It was Mr. Liu. He arranged this." Fuming with rage, I bolted straight for the conference room. Liu Ruyan was in the middle of a meeting. I slammed the door open and snapped, "Liu Ruyan, what the hell is going on with my office? Give me an explanation." The meeting was cut short. He raised a hand. He waved everyone out first. Once the door shut, Liu Ruyan stayed calm. She settled into her chair and said calmly, "The public backlash you sparked has hit the company hard. So senior leadership, after talking it over, unanimously voted to put you on immediate suspension." I glared at him and was so furious. I started laughing. "I've caused serious trouble for the company. Liu Ruyan, you're a pro at throwing people under the bus. All those nasty things you did, and you dumped all the blame on me. How did I ever miss how shameless you are?" He was left speechless by my outburst. Liu Yu frowned. "Save your breath. This is the disciplinary action against you approved by the shareholders. Wanna see who everyone online is roasting?" I pulled out my phone ready to pull up the comments on my post, only to find my post had been taken down due to reports, and all the relevant posts and news have been wiped clean entirely. Liu Ruyan caught me opening my Weibo page. Guilt flickered across Liu Ruyan's face. "You spread false rumors, refused to delete them or issue a clarification, and even kept your phone off. I couldn't reach you. I had no choice but to set the record straight on my own first." Sure enough, I spotted a clarification on the company's official website. In the statement, they said my mobile account had been hacked, that I had spread false information, and apologized for tying up public resources. They also announced I would temporarily step down as general manager, with Shihao taking over. I'm clutching my phone, seething with rage. What gives you the right? Who on earth dared do this without my permission? Liu Ruyan said calmly and self-righteously. "I did this solely to save the company, even though your account was hacked. But you were still negligent in monitoring the account. To calm the public outcry, you'll need to take a temporary leave for now. Besides, this whole mess is entirely your fault. Number 10 is just acting as interim manager for now. Once you come back later, he'll hand the position back to you." I exposed her lies without hesitation. "Stop fobbing me off with these high-sounding excuses. Liu Ruyan, you just can't wait to get Shihao promoted. Ha, we're still married." Liu Ruyan frowned, clearly annoyed and impatient. I already explained myself. Shihao and I did nothing wrong. Quit making a scene. Everything I did was for the company. I didn't pull any punches when I called him out. My mom's not well. This Dragon Boat Festival holiday, I begged you for half a month to go home and spend time with them. You turned me down without a second thought. One minute you're turning me down, the next you're in a maid outfit cheering for your assistant. I just posted a quick social media post. You even ordered every scrap of news scrubbed just to protect him, and dumped all the blame squarely on me. He's just a new intern assistant, terrible at his job, and didn't even hesitate to hand my general manager position over to him. Liu Ruyan, were you doing this for the company, or just for yourself? You know damn well the truth. I was so blind back then. I married such a promiscuous, unfaithful woman. I snatched the contract off the desk and tore it to smithereens right in front of him without a second thought. Liu Ruyan blew her top. "Seishan, what are you doing? Are you out of your mind? This is the company's key project for the second half of the year." I flung my hand up. "I just let the scraps litter the floor. I signed this contract myself. What is the problem if I destroy this?" I slowly cornered him, then slammed my fist into the wall in a fit of rage. "You'll regret this, Liu Ruyan. You'll pay for every last thing you did." When he caught my menacing glare, a flicker of panic flashed across his eyes. "Saisha, this is a company. Don't you dare act out of line here." They were scared I'd go too far. He yelled at the doorway, "Somebody, get Mr. Sai out right now." I was hauled out of the office by a squad of security guards, thrown outside the company entrance. I was trembling with rage. I called my lawyer right away. I asked him to draft the divorce agreement, then turned to my assistant. "How is our cooperation termination with the Leoskoi?" Assistant's reply left a knot in my stomach. "None of Mr. Sai's projects have been halted. Mr. Liu got through to your dad." I called my dad right away. "Dad, what is going on?" My father sighed, his voice tired. "He's threatening me with your private photos. Ashen, you're far too impulsive when handling matters." I clenched my fists. "Dad, give me a moment. I'll sort everything out." Back home, the company didn't notify me to return either. Everyone tacitly agreed to stay quiet. WeChat Moments on the 10th was really bustling. Everyone posted non-stop, like they were clocking in for work daily, posting all kinds of stuff to show off his romance with Liu Ruyan. I swiped past those posts with a blank expression. Let them keep their nonsense for a few more days. It won't be long now. They won't be causing any more trouble. During this time, I had no plans to go looking for trouble with them. Who knew they'd walk straight into my crosshairs? That very day, I just picked up a birthday gift for my mom and was heading out of the mall when I passed the Force dealership and spotted two familiar faces. Number 10 was circling a brand new Porsche sports car, grinning from ear to ear with excitement. Liu Ruyan stood off to one side watching him. She smiled as she watched him, holding the sales contract. The sales manager bowed and scraped, trailing right beside him. I stepped into the car dealership. The sales manager spotted me, paused briefly, then rushed over with more enthusiasm. "General Manager Sai here to check out cars too." I glanced over at that garishly bright yellow sports car. "This one's mine." Shihao's smile froze instantly, while Liu Ruyan's face fell. "What's that supposed to mean?" "Sisha," I smiled and said, "Nothing much. I bought it cause I like it." The sales manager looked awkward. "General Manager Sai, Mr. Liu already put a deposit down on this car. This car's reserved for Mr. Shi. I flashed VIP black card and pressed the question again. Are you sure you'd lose my client over him? Liu Ruyan stepped up and spoke provocatively. Why on earth can this be auctioned? What Sai Sheng gave me is mine to do as I please. I can do whatever I want with this. I'm bidding 10 million right now, buying it myself. Liu Ruyan let out a cold sneer. I won't sell this to you, Sai Sheng. I won't strike any deals with you whatsoever. Liu Ruyan, don't push it. I stared daggers at him. I clenched my fists, just as the two sides were at a stalemate. Shehao suddenly stepped forward and spoke hypocritically. Sister Ruyan, since Manager Sai wants this so badly, just give it back to him. Let's all just keep the peace. Then he reached for the bracelet, and next thing you know, crack. The bracelet slipped out of his hand, hit the floor, and snapped into several pieces. I grabbed Shehao by the collar, bloodshot eyes. You bastard. Damn it, were you doing this on purpose? I raised my fist to punch him. Liu Ruyan shoved me hard. And, Sai Sheng, you're crazy. He didn't do this on purpose. Can you stop making a scene? Unreasonable. I seethed and then laughed bitterly, watching him defend Shehao. The last bit of affection I had is completely gone. I pulled out my phone and dialed the company executives. Get this straight, cut all business ties with the Liu Group. Now. Liu Ruyan's face went pale instantly. Sai Sheng, are you out of your mind? For this stupid little thing, you're gonna wreck both companies' core business. My dad will never allow this. Your father won't back this either. I sneered, then grabbed the Sai Group chairman's appointment letter from my assistant, slammed it right on his face. Open your damn dog eyes and look at this. From today on, I'm calling all the shots at Sai Group. His face went white instantly. Sai Sheng, you really gonna be this ruthless? Liu Ruyan, you were the first to hold back nothing. Then don't blame me for not playing fair. He glared daggers at me, gritted his teeth, and enunciated every word slowly. Sai Sheng, you left me no choice but to do this. If that's how you wanna play it, then don't blame me for tearing this whole thing apart. He pulled a USB stick out of his back and handed it to the auction house boss next to him. Boss, this video be the top lot for today's auction. That USB drive was the one he used to blackmail my father with. It held my private photos. Liu Ruyan, are you actually going through with this? I asked coldly. Then he shrieked, Sai Sheng, you're the one who tried to kill me first. Then we all died together. I looked at his crazed face. Alright, don't regret this. The drive's footage started playing on the auction house big screen. Then Liu Ruyan's smug crazed grin froze instantly. Shock and disbelief washed over her face. Shouhao's face went deathly pale. In an instant, how could this be? On the screen, several explicit photos from a hotel room slowly came into view, along with a video playing lewd sounds. And the subjects of the photos and video were none other than my wife and his assistant. Liu Ruyan's eyes widened in shock, her pupils contracting. She stared at the screen, trembling lips, face colorless. Shehao turned even paler, ashen. He swayed on his feet, almost losing his balance. Everyone present began whispering, pointing fingers at Liu Ruyan and Shehao. Oh my god, what a scene. TSK Miss Liu always seemed proper. Who knew she was wild behind closed doors? Liu Ruyan is a total disgrace to her family. Miss Liu, urgent. Photos of you and assistant Shai are all over the internet. Now, our stock has been sliding non-stop and is almost at the daily limit now. Several business partners just called, saying we'll cancel all partnerships immediately. Everyone online is cursing us, and the insults are brutal. Liu Ruyan's hand holding her phone drooped feebly, her eyes bloodshot. She stared daggers at me. Sai Sheng, I'll kill you. Hack screamed, totally unhinged. He lunged at me wildly, flailing his arms. I didn't move a muscle, just staring coldly at his frenzied breakdown. Just as his hand was nearly reaching me, the police shouted, freeze! A group of uniformed cops rushed in and pulled us apart. Seeing the police, Liu Ruyan looked like she'd found a lifeline. She pointed at me right away, screaming at the top of her lungs, officers, it was him. He is the one who spread the lies. Has landed me in Subject 10. Arrest him right now. The lead officer gave her a deadpan look. Then he stepped past me and headed straight for Subject 10, who was terrified out of his mind. With a sharp click, cold metal handcuffs clamped onto Subject 10's wrists. You are suspected of stealing the Sishi Group's core commercial secrets. Come with us for an investigation. The officer's voice was cold and detached. Shahao was drained of strength, his face as pale as paper instantly. He turned sharply to Liu Ruyan, his eyes filled with resentment and desperate pleas, his voice sharp. It wasn't me, it was him. Liu Ruyan put me up to this. Every single thing was his doing. Liu Ruyan's eyes widened in disbelief, staring at the man who'd been flirting with her mere moments before. Now he didn't hesitate to sling all the mud on her. This time all of Liu Ruyan's family's projects collapsed as a result. Stocks plummeted for days straight, becoming almost worthless. His parents begged everyone they could, but every door slammed shut. No one dared to help amid this raging storm. Their capital chain had completely snapped. That left them on the hook for eye-wateringly huge penalty fees. The whole town was abuzz with the chaos outside. My mom had gotten much better after all the careful care. I waited for the right moment. I told him everything exactly as it had happened. After listening, Mom patted my hand softly. No blaming her eyes, only worry. Sheng, you've had it tough. The understanding and caring his eyes. It eased the tight knot in my chest that had been pulled tight for days. That day, I was chatting with Mom in the living room, savoring this rare moment of peace. Liu Ruyan's parents showed up unannounced, laden with gifts and tonics. The second they walked in, they immediately took my mom's hand warmly, fussing over her and asking about her health. Feeling better lately, dear mother-in-law, we came all the way to see you. My mom just gave a polite reply, but her manner was cold and distant. A cold sneer crossed my mind. Ever since my mom fell ill, have they ever even bothered to visit once? Now that the Liu family's fortunes are crumbling, they're scrambling to ingratiate themselves. My mom's still recovering, so she can't handle too much emotional stress. I had a bad feeling this would get ugly, so I helped my mother to her room to rest first. I went back to the living room, staring at them with a blank, impassive face. Father Liu rubbed his hands anxiously. With a cautious, forced smile on his face, he said hesitantly, Asheng, how have you and Ruyan been lately? Wide business between our families. Dry up. Did Ruyan do something wrong? Did she upset you? Just tell me. I'll definitely give her a good scolding. No sooner had he finished than my father came down the stairs with a sullen face. He spoke sharply, and Mr. and Mrs. Liu froze. Each member of your Liu family is more shameless than the last. Your daughter acted immorally and shamed your family. Everyone in town knows and despises her. How dare you show your faces here, coming to my home to interrogate my son? What on earth did your daughter do? The whole town's going wild with this gossip. Are either of you stone deaf and blind? How can you not know this? You two are crafty old foxes. Stop putting on that innocent act in front of me. Mr. and Mrs. Liu went deathly pale, dripping cold sweat after my father's angry rant. They exchanged a quick glance, then down they went with a plop. Both knelt before me and my father. You Qing family. This whole family mess is our fault for failing to properly educate our daughter. We've let the Jing family down. This is all our Liu family's fault. On top of that, Mother Liu was in floods of tears, pointing at the mountain of gifts beside her. We came here specially with these modest gifts to apologize. We begged the Jing family to spare us, for the sake of our old friendship. My gaze was icy, and I calmly gestured to my assistant beside me. The assistant got the hint, stepped forward and knocked all beautifully wrapped gifts to the ground. Expensive china, fabrics, alcohol and tobacco shattered into pieces instantly. The area was a total mess, with deafening crashing sounds. We don't take trash here. My voice was calm yet unshockably firm. The Liu family are nothing but trash. You don't even deserve to step foot in our home. Mr. and Mrs. Liu were too distraught to notice the mess on the floor, and they didn't spare a thought for the shattered porcelain, cutting their foreheads. They kowtowed wildly before me and my father. The thud of their foreheads hitting the floor rang out non-stop. Director Xie Sheng, please spare us. Let the Liu family go. The Liu family's 100-year-old business can't be ruined like this by their own hands. We're kowtowing to you. We're begging for your forgiveness. I couldn't care less about their hysterical wailing. I'm so sick of these crocodile tears. I'll never fall for it again. Butler, I won't even spare them a glance. Throw them out. A few days later, I heard Liu's parents had pulled every last string they had. They're trying to bail Liu Ruyan out of jail. It'll cost a fortune. They see Liu Ruyan as their last lifeline. How laughable. He lit this fire himself. Who'd expect him to put out the fire? Not long after, sure enough, Liu Ruyan got out. When my assistant checked in, he threw in a lie. Heard he got out. The first thing he did was have someone take care of business inside. On the 10th as expected, just dog eat dog. The day he got out, news also reached me from the Liu family estate. Liu Ruyan was beaten half to death by her parents, and dumped outside my old house like trash. His father spat out a threat. If the illegitimate one won't forgive you, you'll die outside. The Liu family disowns you. Liu Ruyan was dressed in thin clothes, covered in cuts and bruises. She knelt on the cold hard ground, kowtowing repeatedly at the locked iron gate. Blood soon trickled down her forehead. Asha, I was wrong. I honestly know I was wrong. Please spare the Liu family. I kowtow to you. I beg for your forgiveness. His hoarse grating cries quickly reached the old house entrance.